Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, this is Dr. Erin, Dr. Divinity. We come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, align with universal law, and love our lives. We also come together as a community in Soulciete with the vision of being the #1 spiritual leaders community in the world, committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world. Our mission is to awaken 1 billion people globally, and how we decide to do this is by basically developing world-class spiritual leaders. So let's do this thing, you guys. So you can follow me also at drerin.tv on Instagram, Facebook, and around social media. That's DRERIN.tv. And you can check out Soulciete, which is SOULCIETE.com, or on Instagram and stuff like that. So today, let's talk about this, about symptoms, about health, about wellness. You know, as we come together, knowing the truth and awakening to our highest self, we have to understand that everything is the outpicturing of consciousness. So, symptoms, any symptoms you're feeling, are the divine signs that we're not in alignment, right? So, Epocrates said, illness does not come upon us out of the blue. These symptoms, they are developed from small daily sins, as he calls it, against nature. When enough sins have accumulated, illness will suddenly appear. So when I was going through ministerial and getting my doctorate, knowing the truth, we would always know the truth about health, that the saying was that there's only perfect health. And I remember thinking, how can cancer be perfect? How can diabetes or obesity or, depression or whatever be perfect? It was something that was like kind of like my one kind of like, this doesn't feel right. And what I came to really understand, and which finally like aligned with truth, and I finally got the perfect health thing, is that there's always the mental equivalent, meaning that whatever is going on within someone's psyche, which with the cultural, consciousness, is always the perfect reflection in health of everyone. And when I got that, I think that there's one thing that we have to realize in health to have it become a perfect health, to have us have the realization and the epiphany that there's only perfect health. And for me, that was understanding that we're not our bodies. We're not our bodies, that we are eternal, immortal, spiritual beings. And that whatever we're experiencing in these bodies is really just the experience of our use of consciousness in the 3D realm. And when I fully got that and I understood the true nature of who we are, I realized that cancer is not bad. It's just the experience we're having of the culmination of everything we've chosen as a culture and as an individual and as a collective. And that becomes ours to do. It becomes our thing to overcome. It becomes our thing to have a voice for, and the legacy for us to realign the culture and ourselves to true health. So, one day a client came in for a subconscious session, because the point is that I've dealt with a lot of people at different realms, and some for health, but mostly all because they want more money, they want love, and they want health and vitality. Those are the 3 primary reasons why people come in for subconscious work, okay? So one day, a client came in for a subconscious session, and she was basically addressing trauma. She wanted to be more powerful and deal with what was going on. So she had been raped a couple years back, and it had been really affecting her ability to date. So she came in really for love and relationships. But prior to beginning the subconscious part of the session, we began to ask and explain all about what happened. She had been on vacation. She had, basically been locked in a car and raped, the backstory around all of it. And we're in the middle of this session doing trauma work, where basically in trauma work, we go over the incident, we re-experience it, and really feel all the emotion, feel the anxiety, feel whatever's there, and basically flatten out the charge around that re-experiencing. And generally what happens with clients is they have these big epiphanies. They begin to see things and the decisions that they made for themselves, about life, and about others. And in the middle of the incident, all of a sudden she stopped. It's like she had this huge epiphany, and she was looking off at the air, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, I just realized something." She said, "I realized that I've been having all these health problems ever since my rape. I put on 20 pounds. I've had adrenal fatigue. I've had a chest infection. I cut my eye. I realized all these things I was avoiding these things that were making me sick." And she realized in that moment that she had this huge epiphany around her rape and how actually she's taken on all these things. So basically that because there was so much stress involved in it, that all these symptoms had come up for her in her health. And she realized that it was basically her higher self communicating for her to do this trauma work, for her to do her inner healing, for her to wake up. And she was basically having all these incidences that were basically showing her that she was off. She needed to get back on her truth. She needed to heal from this, and she needed to take back her power from the rape. So the point is this, is that, let me ask you a question. If health is our most precious possession, why are we experiencing the highest rate of cancer, diabetes, obesity, stress, and depression our country has ever faced? And the point is this, is that what if I told you that you could live a life of vitality, longevity, and wellness through doing your trauma work? I have seen miracles happen through trauma work. I've seen people grow back their hair. I've seen back issues go away. I personally have actually experienced that myself. I've seen miracles happen in the body when we do the traumatic work, because what happens is when we have trauma, our emotions embed in the body, and then the symptoms come out in bizarre forms. Usually eating, obesity, things like that, diabetes, a lot of it comes down to emotional things. And look, I'm not a traditional doctor, so I can't tell you any of this is a cure. But what I can say is the things that I've experienced in my own clients and myself. And for me personally, when I did my subconscious work, my diet, I had like low blood sugar issues, and majority of all of them went away. I had back trauma issue from a car accident, and every pain I had in my body went away. And I've seen this over and over with myself and with clients. So the point is this, is that each person every cell has an intelligence, an infinite intelligence, an innate healer within it. And our job is to get out of the way. Our job is not to cause that vitality. It's already who we are. It's the true essence of who we are. Our job is to get out of the way. And how do we get out of the way? We need to cleanse the body, and we need to deal with the trauma so that we can release whatever emotional things going on, and so that we can basically allow the cells to do what they do. We need to cleanse the cells, and we need to give the cells the nutrients. And the miracle that happens, that infinite intelligence, that healer within, does its work. Our job is only to get out of the way. And so today, wherever you're having symptoms, I know that this is the divine calling. It's the calling to say, hey, wake up and do the work. Wake up and do your inner work. Epocrates talks about sin when he talks about the signs. And I believe what he's talking about is the simple law of cause and effect, missing the mark. We call sins in New Thought movement or in Science of Mind, we call it missing the mark of your true desires. There's no such thing as sin, like you're going to hell. There's just missing the mark. And as we miss the mark of what we truly desire in our life over and over again through the law of cause and effect, we start to experience more and more of hell, right? So, Epocrates was a brilliant man who revolutionized medicine in ancient Greece. He was the person who established medicine as a profession. And at present date, every medical doctor that graduates from medical school takes the Epocrates Oath. Unfortunately, it has been dramatically altered from the original doctrine. And the thing is that we are missing the mark around the point that nature has the answers. Nature has the answers for our health, and we have the answers. We just need to get out of the way. We need to remove ourselves from toxic environments. We need to remove ourselves from dysfunctional relationships. We need to heal ourselves from the trauma that is living in our cells as emotion, as dis-ease. Knowing poor health, fatigue, backache, insomnia, anxiety, depression, diabetes, cancer, health attacks, all these things, these are dis-ease that lives in the body. These are the symptoms of something going on at a core area. We have obesity, like incredible obesity in America. I think it's 34% or something like that. 78% of millions of Americans have obesity. I'm sure those numbers have changed, but we have anxiety disorders. We have depression. Symptoms are divine signs from your higher self telling you that you are not living in alignment with your truth. Symptoms are divine signs from your higher self telling you that you're not living in alignment with your truth. It's time to wake up. And so today, the daily spiritual practice is to listen to your body. And the universal law today is the law of perfect health. There's a law of perfect health. And this states that the universal law is the axiom that whatever is going within your health is the mental equivalent of what's going on within consciousness, individually and collectively. When we get out of alignment with Mother Nature and universal law, we experience ill health. Within you is a born intelligence and an innate healer capable of restoring harmony, well-being, and vibrant vitality. When the body is bogged down with toxins and negative emotions, it can't function properly. From a spiritual perspective, dis-ease is spirit, your higher self, communicating that individually and collectively, we're out of harmony with life. Symptoms within the body, such as poor health and illness, are the relative and inverted experience of our use of universal energy. And from an absolute perspective, the truth is that you are an eternal, immortal spiritual being. You are not your body. You have a body. From a spiritual perspective, the only true disease is amnesia. However, if we choose to experience wellness in the 3D realm, we must align with nature's way. So again, the daily spiritual practice is to listen to your body. How disempowered do you feel when it comes to your health? How often does your energy and wellness dictate your ability to do things you want to do? How much would your life change if you had better health? And so today I challenge you to really take a look at your life, take a look at your health, take a look at the reality, and ask yourself what limiting beliefs and patterns are affecting your health. What did your culture tell you about health and wellness? What did the movies tell you? Do you believe that it's possible to live a life without disease? Do you believe it's possible to live a life of vitality and health, like utter vitality and health? And so I challenge you to get real with yourself. Do something extreme, like go into your kitchen and throw out all the junk food. And say no to the people and places and things that no longer serve you. What is the impact and probable outcome of your health if you don't do your inner spiritual work to release limiting beliefs, emotions, and align with Mother Nature? This is your life. Live it. And so on that note, I just know perfect health, perfect joy, knowing eternal life and the truth of who you are. And I just say, may you live your truth. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soulciete podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciete.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soulciete events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free manifestation masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.